they tell you it's a hands-on program. So if you're not doing the rules, they putting hands on you. These officers, I'm talking about, these are like white Marines,
hardcore guys.
Most of them are racist. And
shit!
They're calling you. Excuse my language.
Now, are they saying that to just try to teach you discipline, to put you in your place and humble you guys, or are they truly racist?
Both.
Oh my gosh! Both. Isn't that scary? Like, if someone's racist, they basically hate you just the way they can't stand the way you look.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, you're a criminal, so you're double reinforcing their whatever shit they believe in. And they're looking at you, and you're allowing them to just abuse you.
And some people from the streets, they're like, they can't take it.
Lucky Boys Podcast.
So you did exactly 7 years, or did they let you out a little earlier?
I came home. I came home in 4.
Oh, you did 4 years old?
Yeah, I came home in 4 because I was eligible 3 years into my sentence. I was eligible for shock.
What's that?
Shock is like 6-month military boot camp type of prison. So it's a prison. It's a medium facility.
Wait, you went to Rikers, right?
But I went to Rikers. Rikers is just a holding cell. And so after Rikers, you plead guilty and then you get sent upstate. And so I'm doing my time upstate, and then I get a letter saying that, because if you're, so basically it was not the first time I was upstate. So my first time I was upstate, I got shock. So I had 3 years. They gave me 6 months on a shock. And so shock is like really strict program up there. Ex-Marines turned correctional officers. It's like a boot camp that, they beat you down and you come and you work out the whole time and they try to reform you. And so before you was only eligible to do it one time ever. And so after Governor Patterson came into play, they changed that law, and it was like you could do it as many times as you want, as long as you have 3 years towards your release. And so 3 years towards your earliest release. And so my merit was up in 3 years from there. So I was like, I took the program, and I was like, I'm gonna be home in 6 months.
So how it reduces it by 40% your time?
Yeah. So basically it depends. So if I have a 10-year sentence and I have 3 years towards my release. So, and time is different in prison. So basically if you have a drug charge, every year is 8 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's just the law. And then and if you have a violent charge, every year is 10 months.
A year doesn't equate to a whole year. Prison time is not real time.
Well, technically it is, because you could do the whole time if you max out, but you have to do something like really stupid and fuck up an officer or get into some real shit, and then you're probably gonna max out. But and even with that, if you do that early on in your sentence, and you start doing well, through your whole, let's say if you do 10 years and in the first 2 years you fuck up, and they're like, all right, you're gonna probably hit the board and not come home till 10 years, actual 10 years. But if you do well, you get out, 10 months a year if it's a violent charge. If it's a non-violent charge, it's 8 months a year.
Okay.
So it's complicated. It's
sort of like you're knocking time off the board for good behavior, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's an incentive not to act wild.
Yeah.
Now, the shock program, you said it's a 6-month military type program.
Yep.
So I guess you're doing a lot of physical workouts.
Yep.
Is there anything else that goes along with it? They're just telling you to do crazy pull-ups, runs, sprints, push-ups?
So they do stupid shit, and it's a hands-on program. So if they tell you it's a hands-on program, so if you're not doing the rules, they putting hands on you. These officers, I'm talking about, these are like white Marines,
hardcore guys.
Most of them are racist. And they're calling you niggers, spick, excuse my language. That's what they fucking called us. And and if you're not you just got to shut up and do whatever the fuck they tell you to do, and just keep your head down and just fucking move.
Now, are they saying that to just try to teach you discipline, to put you in your place and humble you guys, or are they truly racist?
Both.
Oh my gosh. Both. Isn't that scary? If someone's racist, they basically hate you just the way they can't stand the way you look.
Exactly.
And then on top of that, you're a criminal, so you're double reinforcing their whatever shit they believe in, and they're looking at you, and you're allowing them to just abuse you.
And some people from the streets, they're like, they can't take it.
That's the thing.
So, when you go in the program, you start off with 60 people.
Well, it's called shock, like SHOCK.
Yeah, like they're shocking you.
Okay.
And so you start off with 60 people when you start the program. Usually only like 20 graduate. So if you get kicked out of the program, you're going to the box, and then you restart the program if you want to.
Wait, time out. If you drop out of the program yourself, they put you in a box?
Yeah, like solitary confinement.
For the rest of the time?
No.
Or
It depends what it depends what happens, or maybe they transfer you to another prison, but you can stay in solitary confinement temporarily until you leave.
Holy shit!
Some people stay for like a week, maybe. I got kicked out of the program and I had to restart over, so I sat in the box.
Wait, so why'd you get kicked out?
So, fucking, this is where like my whole life changed, and this is how I started Combat. And for those that don't know what Combat is, we call it a prison style boot camp where we hire people coming out of the prison system to teach fitness classes today. But
that's where you started your own gym.
And so I took the same, a lot of the techniques that we did in shock, but I also learned it from my first bid and implemented it in my second bid while I was in the yard. And I lost a lot of weight doing that while I was locked up.
I bet.
And so I did that, but I went to the box because an officer was searching me really aggressively. And they do random searches over there. So they put me on the wall. He starts, getting between my legs, and I move I twitch my waist while he was like, trying to manhandle me. And he punched me behind my head, and he said, "Don't fuck with me today. It's not my day." And as he punched me, like he when you punch somebody behind the head, you could get like...
You get dazed.
Yeah, and so I got dazed, and I got knocked down on the ground. I was on the ground, and I got up on him, and I turned around on him. I didn't turn around on him to like hit him because I didn't want to lose my opportunity for the program. And I had 2 months to go home. I had 2 months left to go home.
Wait, was this one of the programs, like shock guys?
Yeah, the military guys. Yeah.
That was the dude that punched you?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
And so I got up, and I was like trying to avoid another hit. And he pressed a button in his walkie-talkie, and they have like this alarm that they have in his walkie-talkie. They call it a pin. And as soon as that button is pressed, the whole alarm for the whole prison goes off. About a half a dozen officers come to the scene. They beat the crap out of me, and they throw me in the box. And it was not the first time.
So they jumped you?
Yeah. And so they kick you. Yeah, I was on the floor in a fetal position, and they just like beating me down.
I bet you that felt like an eternity.
Yeah. It feels like a long time. They cuffed me.
And then they throw you in a box right afterwards?
They cuffed me, and they throw me
in a box. No
medical
attention?
No medical attention.
Not even checking like if they gave you brain damage or concussion?
You see a medical person come see your cell after like 24 hours, within 24 hours.
But what if you got some like hemorrhage and shit? That's too late.
They'll give you ibuprofen. That's basically what they get. That's what they do in prison, man. That's the only medication that they fucking recommend is ibuprofen. And so I was like, I remember when the medical lady came up to my cell, and she was like, "Oh, you okay? Everything okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, everything's good. Just get me out of here, y'all. I didn't do anything wrong, blah, blah, blah. Put me back." Because I had 2 months left to go home. And it was not the first time I was in the box, but I was like, yo, fuck. Like, my son is waiting for me. Like, my whole family knew I was coming home in 2 months, and now I'm not coming home.
So did your time get extended?
So I had to do an extra year behind that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How long were you in the box for?
30 days at that time.
And that was the longest time you've ever been in a box?
So in and out of the box, I'd done 60 days. I'd done like a total of 8 months from like juvie time, my whole life.